Yeah, that's right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Society podcast. This episode is for Patreon backers for May 2017. Sorry that it's a little bit late, but life has been kind of hectic lately. Aaron and I went to a convention up in Winnipeg, and that kind of screwed up the end of the month. But we're here. We can do this now. We're sorry for the delay. What's going on, guys? Aaron, Yanda, and Emery G. Hunger, of course, with me.
Yeah, welcome to the Game Society podcast. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Emery. Welcome to my house.
We're going to chat at you. Maybe we'll tell you something fun.
Maybe we'll make you giggle.
I forgot to tell you guys they became German while we were gone.
I am not German. That is the my impression of a man on a fishing boat somewhere south of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, and I was being a vampire, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So you're saying that's what people on boats just sound like?
That that guy sounds like that.
Yeah,
specifically.
So it's not like a boat people accent.
Have you ever been on a boat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you? Have you been on a fishing boat in the Arctic Circle?
I don't think so.
Well, there you go. Now you know what one man sounds like up there.
I guarantee you, there's a man on a fishing boat that sounds like that. Guarantee it.
He's very jovial. He loves catching fish, and everybody loves being around him on the ship. He's awesome.
And he's also a vampire.
Great. So you guys might know there's a super fan named Roy Stoyer who made a bunch of artwork for us. And because of him, we have 7 new t-shirts available. I'll put a link in the description, actually, so you guys, if you want to hear him or check him out, you can.
70 new t-shirts?
7.
Damn, that's still a lot, dude. Roy Stoyer's an art fiend. He can just just puts that stuff out like there's no tomorrow. I love that guy.
Yeah, he made like the new artwork for us in general, and then like the ones of us as like cartoons, and then so he made a shirt of each of us, including Jason. So there's 4, plus 1 is a group shot, 5, and then he did 2 Yakuza shirts, and they're pretty cool. One that's like you and Emery as like Japanese Yakuza, and then the other one is the logo for Japplebee's.
Oh man, the Japplebee's logo is hilarious, and I really liked the style of the Yakuza picture.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So if you guys are interested in getting those shirts, I'll put the link in the description. I just want to say thanks to Roy Stoyer for doing that. That was really cool.
Thank you, Roy.
Any other...
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, Roy.
Hey. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll move on. Our first subject, it comes from a Patreon backer named Casey Piper?
Paper?
I don't know.
I don't think it's pronounced Piper, so it must be either Piper or Paper.
It's Piper.
I don't think anybody's name is Piper.
Are you sure it's not pronounced like that guy said paper in Waterworld? It's paper. It's paper.
Casey Paper.
It's P-I-E-P-E-R.
Casey Paper.
All right.
Casey Paper I found in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so Casey Paper wanted us to talk about, well, he didn't actually pick a subject. He said we could do whatever we want. But the subject we decided to go with is that Sony has finally ended PlayStation 3 production. And you got to remember that console came out 11 years ago, so it's kind of amazing they were still... It's not just that they was getting new games. They were still making new consoles. That's the part about it that's kind of amazing.
Whoa! Should we sing a cappella taps for the end of the PlayStation 3?
Sure, go ahead.
Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, dun. I don't
That's good enough. We all kind of got it.
So that's the end of the PS3.
Like, all right, so I just went to Japan like a couple months ago, and over there that console was still like totally relevant. It was getting new releases, and not just like sports games and like Just Dance stuff, but it was getting like the new Yakuza games, which aren't even out here yet, or had PS3 versions that were out. And it was like, damn, people were still buying this and still putting a lot of money into it. So I guess I get why it was still holding out over there.
I think it's
still kind of interesting.
They're less like Americans who are just like, oh, there's a new thing out? Okay, well, fuck this piece of shit, and they throw it in a dumpster and they go right out and get the next new thing, the next whatever. And so, yeah, like Japan is just like, oh, the PS3 is fine. We don't mind it. It's good. We'll keep it playing it. Maybe we don't need to get the new one right away. So it's just like a cultural attitude, I think.
Emery, any other thoughts on PS3 ending its production?
I say good riddance, you horrible piece of shit!
Oh, damn!
Oh, crap! Looks like Emery has a really strong opinion about PlayStation 3 that he's been keeping to himself this whole time. You guys had no fucking idea how much I hate that fucking system!
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening!
Do you want to know why I hate that fucking system?
Yeah!
I don't buy it. I don't think you do. I don't think you have a
do.
reason. I don't think you actually hate anything.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at all.
I think you hate like 3 things, and most of them are Matthew Broderick and like John Malkovich, and like when people die instead of animals in movies. Yeah. I think that's it. That's like all you hate.
The newest thing that I hate is Shinobi and For Honor. That's what I hate because they remind me of like anime kids.
Okay.
And their kick is unpunishable, so I don't like that very much. But yeah, all PS3, right. Good riddance. I'm sorry. You know, you're cool. You're not cool. I don't care. I don't know
all you anime kids with your pumped up kicks, you better run from Emery and For Honor.
That was a good one. I like that.
Thanks
a lot.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else to say on that, we'll move on. So the next subject this was all you, Aaron. You wanted to talk about this. There was a 7 Days to Die forum fiasco. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, well, I'm sure everyone would appreciate to know the full story regarding the whole like voting for us to win early access to 7 Days to Die. So basically, I'll give you the details. They were offering via the 7 Days to Die forum. They were like, okay, we will give early access to whoever gets the most votes, whatever YouTube channel gets the most votes, can have access to Alpha 16 before anyone else. So they did it in heats, and they never really explained how they were going to do it. They just, like, did it. And there was no rules listed or anything. It was just like, okay, here's where you vote. So we started telling people to go vote for us because we were like, oh, this would be really cool. We didn't really think we'd have a chance, but we thought maybe if we had a good showing, we would at least, you know, get our name out there, and maybe the Fun Pimps at some point would throw us a bone. So, there was like 3 other dudes that were getting all the votes, and we did a live show where we solely we played 7 Days to Die live, and we just told people, you got to go vote for us. We got to try to win this. And like we usually do, and as a little bonus, we're giving away Jason's... Sorry, excuse me. We're giving away Jason's old Xbox, original Xbox, completely valueless, and like 45 games that he used to own.
All completely valueless.
Exactly, but it'll be signed by us. And it'll be this fun thing for you to have, and generate some buzz about the fact that we need people to go vote for us. So, and we always give stuff away. Every fucking show we're giving away game codes or whatever. This was just something special because it belonged to Jason. And so we did that show. It was great. We got like close to 300 votes. It put us soundly in second place in our heat, behind Games for Kicks. And right at the very end of the last day of voting, some dude comes on in the forum and he's like, they gave away, like he shows like a tweet that Jason posted about Jason saying like, they're giving away we're giving away my Xbox. Go vote for them in the 7 Days to Die contest. Now, by the way, I assume that 7 Days to Die, the Fun Pimps were doing this to try to get people to go to their forums and become more active with 7 Days to Die, and just as like a publicity thing, because it's a really good way to get people interested in 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. Yeah.
So we were doing the Lord's work in that way, and this guy posts Jason's tweet, and he's like, "Is this even legal?" And then the guy, one of the admins for the forum was like, he said something like, probably not, but this guy isn't one of the Game Society pimps, or he's like, I think Jason is actually a Game Society pimp.
He is.
But it was weird, and then somebody else, and then I came on and I was like, is this against the rules? Because we always give stuff away. If so, my apologies, because I didn't want to cause trouble, and I didn't know there were rules, which there weren't. There were no listed rules about this contest anywhere, so I didn't know we couldn't do that. But this little dick munch went and posted that on there and was like, oh, yeah, you can't give... Like, he just made up his own rule, apparently. I don't fucking know. But luckily the admin was just like, don't, we're almost done. These guys aren't winning. This doesn't matter. Just relax. And he said the best part was when he was just like, plus it doesn't even count. It's an original Xbox. Who cares? Like he got it, you know? He was just like, yeah, it's just like it, whatever.
It's not like they were giving away $500 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't saying like, here's a gift card for, Steam or something.
Yeah.
So then another guy comes on and he's just like, why don't you just own up to it? Just own it, if you're going to give away and blah, blah, blah. Like, I voted for Games for Kicks because he actually does this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is... And he says, like, and Games for Kicks also comes on the forum and does stuff. And I'm just like... I read that and I was just like, dude, this is exactly why I don't come to the fucking forum. People like you are the worst of humanity. I'm sorry, but you're fucking assholes. And the people that you are fans that you like, that you're promoting, that they don't want you. They don't need you. You're not helping them. Games for Kicks is actually a super nice dude. He commented in one of our videos in the spirit of the contest. He's really sweet dude. And I've been commenting on his videos. And there was no competition. We were totally, like, gregarious about it.
Yeah.
Gregarious? Is that the right word? Anyway.
Yes.
And that was fine. But it's these type of people who are just, like, so fucked up and obsessed and, like, have nothing else to do than just be, like, dickweeds. I'm like, I don't want to go to the forum. If like, there was this kind of, like, controversy the whole way through this whole voting thing. Like, people were just complete assholes the whole time. And I'm always just amazed. It's just like... that kind of shit is so frustrating. It's like, yeah, if you want people to come to the forum and stay here, don't be a douchebag to everybody that comes here, Yeah. Like, we're spreading the word about, like, what's my favorite game of all time. No joke. Like, it really is my favorite game of all time. I love it so much, and then you just get these little weasels that come in and just, like, shit all over everything, and it's so fucking dumb. But anyway, what happened was, this is really funny, there was more... like weird shit that happened, nothing to do with us. The guy that won, he declined because what it turned out, and I don't know that they ever said anything about this. The Fun Pimps were like, "Oh, we want you to become just a 7 Days to Die streamer while you have access to this, and don't be a variety streamer. Just stream 7 Days to Die videos." And so the guy that won was just like, no, can't do that." And the guy that won second place said no, he couldn't do that. And so it came down to Games for Kicks. And if Games for Kicks said no, then it would go to us because we were fourth place in the contest as a whole. And he agreed to do it. So he's going to be like the main Alpha 16 streamer. But we got really close. So I just wanted to let everybody know who voted for us and supported us and helped us, get there, that we got really close. And it looks like, from what I can tell from the forum, when I dare to go back there, is that the other people farther down the list might be offered the alpha like a week or two after he gets it. So
cool.
Who knows? We might get it. But if we only can stream 7 Days to Die, that could be an issue. We'll have to see if they require that of us. But I know Games for Kicks is getting access next Wednesday. And congratulations to him, and everybody go watch his Alpha 16 videos because I think they'll be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
I'm exhausted.
Thanks for the story time there. It was nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so now we have a round of shout-outs here. Everyone who is listed here is a Patreon backer who is at the appropriate level in which they get a shout-out. So we get to talk about you for a little bit, usually make stuff up, or it's all true. You have no idea. So, Emery, you were very particular about what order the names are in. Yes. So, as always, I've taken all the names, I've thrown them into a random order generator. So they're not alphabetical, they're not by anything, they're completely random. And then you get to pick which one you could do. You can do the first, you can do the second, or you can do the third.
Right. Okay, well, I'm very particular about this because I feel like you're a cheater and you always assign me the same people, like over and over and over again. So...
Yeah, there's no possibility that maybe it's just the same people who keep supporting us, and that just the odds of things working out.
No, okay, well, whatever. I'll go second, okay? And Aaron will go first, and you'll go third.
Okay, all right. Aaron, go ahead. You have Kenneth Cohen.
Kenneth Cohen, as we all are knowing, is a wonderful man, a very good fan. He likes to eat out on the street. Goes to the cart, and he's got a big heart. There, I wrote a poem about him. I don't know if all that shit was true or not, but you got it.
All right.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right, stop. Don't do that. Second, Emery, you've got Ben Barker.
Oh, motherfucker. I always get Ben Barker. God damn it. How does this always happen? Son of a bitch, Ben Barker. It doesn't matter. You didn't actually put them through a fucking random generator. Like, you say all that shit, but then you just give me Ben Barker every time.
I think it's funny that Ben Barker's name, like, paralyzes your brain, Emery.
I can't...
Just, like, when you hear it, you're just like, oh. You don't know what to do.
Ben.
That's pretty funny, Ben. You have that power over Emery.
You've broken me, Ben.
All right. And... Okay. All right. Third, we have Alden Fisher. Now, Alden Fisher is my new hero because he tried to kill Aaron Yanda. Like, a while back, Aaron, do you remember this? We did a live show where it was like there was this horrible thunderstorm and everything, and people wanted to know if you were willing to go out in the thunderstorm for money. And instead of saying no, like you should have, you said yes, and you said only $50. So a bunch of people chipped in, and then Alden just like crushed it. He basically gave us the entire amount just to see if you would die. Unfortunately, you lived, but I appreciate that Alden did that. That made him a hero in my eyes. So thank you, Alden.
I've never felt more alive than I did while I was out in that thunderstorm with my sword umbrella. I changed that night. I became a different man. Thunderman. Thunderman!
All right. Next up, John Mangrum.
John Mangrum, he likes to fantasize about sharks, and he keeps his basement full of tea bags, and he also forces canned goods into people's bake holes.
Okay.
Just look at him. You can tell. You can tell he does that.
Okay. And Rob Comjathy.
Rob Comjathy. Come on down. You've won a horrible, horrible shout out from Emery, your favorite member of Game Society Pimps. I hope I am. I gotta be somebody's favorite Game Society pimp.
You would not be a good host for The Price is Right.
Oh.
Or announcer.
I'll give you $50 if I'm your favorite. How about that?
All right, I've got Ryan Rogers. Now, Ryan Rogers is actually very popular up in Canada. There's a cell phone company up there called Rogers. Aaron, you might remember when we were in Winnipeg. Do you remember your phone switching over to Rogers?
Oh, yeah, the big Rogers name was all over my phone. I was afraid I was being charged for it.
Yeah, basically what was happening is that Ryan Rogers was taking over your phone. He actually runs it up there. Sometimes it's Rogers is referred to as Rynet because it sounds like Skynet. He's basically the controller of Canadian airspace, so that's impressive because I don't even think he's Canadian. He's just like insane.
That's a Skynet that I would be okay with controlling my phone. If it's the Rogers Skynet, I'm down.
Rynet, yes.
Rynet.
Thank you, Ryan. Next up, Bwet.
Bwet is assuredly a turd master. I know he's been traveling and having a good time. I think he's coming back to Florida. Florida can't wait to have you back, Bwet. It's missed you. There hasn't been nearly as many murders and strange vacuum fucking and, all that stuff can now return to normal now that Bwet's back in Florida. He's the heart and soul of Florida.
And the anus.
He's
the heart,
the
soul,
anus.
and anus of Florida.
All right, Emery. Matthew Thella, or Tella.
Matthew, your last name kind of reminds me of Tesla, which means that you are sleek, you're good for the environment, You're very smart. You're actually quite affordable. And I hope to see a lot of people driving you around in the near future. And maybe I want to buy one of you and maybe, you know, put myself in you a little bit. So yeah, that's what you are.
Yeah, I don't consider Tesla as affordable, Emery. I'm not sure. Like, I think your affordable description is not accurate.
They actually are pretty affordable. Well,
yeah, they're like $30,000 for a car.
Yeah, most of them are more expensive than that, but one of the models is actually only like $30,000.
Yeah, only $30,000. Well, that's not the kind of car I'll be buying. I'm not buying a $30,000 car.
Dude, they're usually like $225,000. $30,000 for an electric car like that's amazing.
Yeah, it's also that's $30,000 is like the average cost of a car these days.
What are you? Are you buying your like cars on like eBay or something? What are you doing?
Maybe the cars that you're driving, you rich whitey, but I'm not driving that shit.
You like have to buy like a fucking Toyota Corolla to get less than that, or a fucking used car.
Yeah, I probably will. I probably fucking will. You have a problem with that?
Like the car that I just bought is like that price.
Yeah, dude, Aaron, your car's like older than I am. Like, get over it. Get a new car.
My car's 17 years old. I'm not going to buy it. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally have fans listening to this who are substantially younger than your car.
Okay, for an electric car, for what it is, for Tesla, for the technology you're getting, sure, I guess that's affordable for that kind of car. So I guess Matthew Tella is affordable in that sense. But I mean, if he was a prostitute, I would not be able to afford his services.
You wouldn't pay for him?
No, his services would be out of my reach. I would not be able to afford the amazing pleasure he could provide for me.
Okay, so you wouldn't get in a Matthew Tesla?
I wouldn't, in any sense.
Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah, we apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry. But to another fan who we're, I guess, not that sorry to is Grant Sheet. Grant Sheet actually came up and met us in Winnipeg. He's from Fargo. And he met us. He hung out. Very nice guy. And Aaron violated him. There's a photo of it. You can actually see Aaron touching his nethers, and Grant looks horrified. That's something you have to be afraid of now. Aaron will violate you if he meets you, so just be aware that by agreeing to meet Aaron, you've agreed to consent. That's how it is now.
I'll explain to you like where I'm going to touch you before I do it, but then I will do it.
But he will do it. He will touch your nethers. So be careful. And sorry to Grant Sheet. But funny thing about Grant Sheet, actually, you guys may not remember this, but like 2 or 3 weeks into our first like live streams, we were giving away like a lot of signed postcards, and he actually won one of them, but he couldn't take it at the time because he's like, I'm in the middle of a move. Once I'm all settled in Fargo, I'll let you know, and he never did. And so we just totally forgot about it, and we were giving away signed postcards at the convention, and he got one, and it all just kind of came full circle. So he ultimately did get that postcard hand delivered. So thank you, Grant Sheet, for actually coming out to that. That was really cool of you.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks.
However, I will say that postcard was not signed by Emery, so it's not an official GSP postcard.
Oh,
but it was signed by Matt. It was signed by Matt Sloan, so it's much better.
Yeah, it was signed by Matt Stone.
So next up, thank you, Grant Sheet. Next up, Jaslyn Lembeck.
Jaslyn Lembeck is well. Let's see. I'm going to think of some good adjectives to describe Jaslyn. Sensitive, passionate, gangrene.
No, that's not a good one.
Gangrenous?
Gangly? No, that's also bad.
No, that's bad.
Gang busting.
Gang busting. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And smiley. Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Smiley maybe. That's an adjective.
All right, thank you, Jaslyn. And next, Michael Vanderslice.
Michael Vanderslice! You are like Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards. You would gladly try to sacrifice your own life to save your young brother. You would face a horde of galloping horsemen charging straight on, and you wouldn't even like flinch. That's how much of a badass you are.
You would dig through a pile of corpses the size of a mountain.
Yeah.
To save your already dead brother.
Well, you know, at that point, it's just to bash some smug dude's face in with a shield.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you do that. But yeah,
Fair
you're
enough.
cool. You're cool like that.
And finally, Cheese Master 007. Cheese Master is an interesting person. He's always in the Discord, and he's not fucking around with his name. Like, he will really only talk to you about cheese, or at least he will diverge all the subjects into cheese, or find a way to involve cheese, maybe through puns. Emery, you would really like that. Like, I was just in their Discord today, and people were arguing about, you know, the Trump thing with pulling out of the Paris Accord, and he just wrote, he's going to make America great again, but he spelled great Grate, as in he's going to make cheddar. He's going to grate it. And it was like, holy shit, this dude never stops with the fucking cheese jokes. It was pretty cool. And so I tried to actually share something with him that I thought he would enjoy. Emery, do you remember we made a film called Lactose Intolerance?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I won't spoil it here. It's a comedy film that Emery and I made a few years back. It was like the last throes of our college era of short filmmaking, but it's a really funny film, largely about cheese, and he really liked it, but he said the ending was like nightmare fuel to him, and that's a big compliment, I think. So thank you to him, and thank you to all the backers for being at this level. And of course, any of you listening, if you wish to have something like this for you, you can up your pledge at any time. So moving on, we are going to talk about E3 predictions. This subject comes to us by another Patreon backer named Abed. He didn't have any specific subjects, so he said we could just kind of do whatever. So we're doing E3 predictions. And Aaron, I know you really wanted to talk about Far Cry 5.
Yeah, Far Cry 5. So first of all, I'll tell you a quick story. That's interesting how we were introduced to the fact that Far Cry 5 was going to exist. So via our contacts at Ubisoft, they sort of said like, "Hey, do you guys wanna come out to New York and we have a secret thing that we'll reveal to you?" And we were like, okay. So Adam and I went out there to represent GSP, and we had no idea what was happening, never done anything like this before, just like totally didn't understand what they were going to show us. We thought maybe they were just going to like execute us or kill us or something. I don't know. But they're pretty nice people, so I would have been surprised, but you never know.
Yeah, if we had gotten in there and they were just like, they strapped us to a wall and went, Kalima! I'd be like, whoa, where'd this come from? Like, that would have been some shit I would not have seen coming.
Yeah, it was fun. So like we go into this secret room and we're like, what are they gonna reveal here? There's a bunch of people from the press, and then there's us. So like all these people in suits and like looking really official. They're from like what places were they from?
That room was hilarious. Like you said, everyone's in a suit. There's like 5 other people. One guy's from Newsweek. One's from New York Times. One's from USA Today. One's like Chicago Sun-Times. One's like Los Angeles Times. And then they're like, "So who are you with?" And we're like, "We're YouTubers."
Game Society.
We make videos about Morgan Freeman. Like,
and then you'd be amazed, like as soon as you say that, how quickly they immediately like forget you exist. They're just like,
yeah,
they just like whip back to their phones and are just like, like you're just like dead to them.
Yeah, you're not a real person at that point. It didn't help, to be fair to them, though, that it didn't help how we had dressed. Like, everyone was dressed in suits, even the people at Ubisoft. And I came in in a Darth Vader Disneyland shirt, and you came in a fucking flannel jacket. So it was like, yeah, we do look out of place.
We're YouTuber scum. It was, that was interesting. And, you know, I think Ubisoft, I think they're actually just fans of our channel, and I think they really like what we do. And so that's why there was no other YouTubers there, because I don't know, honestly. I think that they're extra nice to us, and we're really lucky. And it's pretty fucking cool that we got to be sitting there when they brought up a trailer and images from Far Cry 5, and like nobody else in the fucking world knew about it.
Yeah, that was literally the first even quasi-public reveal of the game ever. So we were in the room as the first people to even know Far Cry 5 was going to exist. Now, there's a lot that we know that we can't say still, but it was pretty fucking cool.
And then, you know, what I'm really excited about with this game is that the fact that it's actually in Montana, and is in like a location that I am more familiar with. So like, you know, the exotic locales of the previous games, or even caveman era, or like the video game DLC, the like 1980s Tron sort of DLC that they did. This is just Montana, and there's going to be like backwater hicks and like, you know, all these like sort of douchebags and stuff that you're going to be killing. I think it's going to be really fun, and also planes like fighting in midair or something. So that's going to be awesome.
Aaron,
Yeah, the aerial battles thing caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Aaron, I have to take this opportunity, even though it's a low blow. But you said that it's going to take place in a very familiar setting, and then went on to say how it's all about like hicks and things. And how can I not make a joke about Madison, Wisconsin? At this point?
But that's not what I was referring to. I was actually
To be fair, I didn't even do it this time. That was all Emery. It had nothing to do with me.
You guys may not know this, but I grew up on a farm in like the middle of nowhere. And
How could we not know that? You bring it up all the time.
exactly.
We
and
knew
so
that.
I'm talking about like the types of people that I knew when I lived there. I'm not saying there's not hicks. There's hicks in every fucking city in the United States. They procreate faster than the rest of us. So
It's true. There are a bunch in Illinois. Have you ever looked at the political map in Illinois?
Yeah, outside of Cook County, it's Iowa, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just shit.
So we know
Sorry,
your
Iowa.
pain, man.
So, but anyway, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get off on that shit. It's gonna be great.
Sexy.
But then there was
he's gonna
also what was really cool about that room that they brought us up to, where they showed us the trailers, is they had free fruit.
Yes, the fruit. They had cantaloupe. They had strawberries. Oh, they had grapes. You better believe they had
Oh my
grapes.
God! Do they have pineapple?
No!
Oh,
Don't be an idiot.
I want pineapple.
Actually, I think there may have been pineapple, Adam. I just think you didn't see it.
Shh, we can't let him
I
know
did.
that.
There has to be pineapple.
That's part of the NDA, that you can't talk about the pineapple.
Oh fuck! I forgot about the pineapple clause, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll bleep all this out.
And it seemed like not really anyone else was eating the fruit, so I just like dug right in, started eating it. And
That actually was kind of funny because people at Ubisoft were like, yes, eat it, and that's what it's there for. And all the Newsweek people or whatever were just kind of looking at you like, how can you actually eat the fruit?
I'm not supposed to eat the fruit at these things. What are they doing? Crazy motherfucking YouTubers. Oh,
They don't know what they're doing. They're out of control. But it was a very pompous room. It was very weird.
the one thing I will say about all the press people is that most of them actually were really nice, and some of them were like super fucking passionate about their jobs. Like, it was amazing. Hyper.
Yeah, no, don't don't get the wrong idea. It's just they clearly look down on us, which we don't really care, in all honesty. You know, we get to wear T-shirts to business meetings. You gotta kind of envy that.
Yeah,
to be honest.
exactly. Fuck it.
So, yeah. Anyway, that was fun, but that's not exactly E3 predictions. Let's talk E3 predictions. So, I think that Ubisoft will probably have a big thing. They usually do. EA usually does a big thing, and then Microsoft and Sony do, and then Nintendo usually these years only kind of does like one thing. So they did like just Zelda Breath of the Wild last year. I think they'll just do Super Mario Odyssey this year. I think that Microsoft will show off Scorpio, and they'll hopefully show off some worthwhile titles. I think they're going to resurrect Scalebound, and with Sony, I have no idea. I think they're going to focus hard on the games, which is what they really should do. But specifically, I don't know. Maybe they'll show some Crash Bandicoot footage. I don't know.
I'm looking at a list of predictions. I'm seeing Star Wars Battlefront 2. Oh, and also, oh man, this is actually one I'm really excited about. The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Red Dead Redemption 2 will probably be really good, but I'm still angry about GTA 5 and getting banned online, so I don't know. I can't. I'm limiting how much I get excited about that.
Some wounds never heal.
Apparently.
And of course, Bethesda, which, you know, like, what I want from Bethesda is for them just to say, like, oh, look, we've secretly been working on a new Elder Scrolls for the past 5 years. You just didn't know it. It's going to come out next year. But even if they just told us, like, oh, a new game's going to come out in 2020 or something like, that would be something.
Yeah,
So,
anything
what
would be nice.
What is more likely...
I would say that's...
What?
Go ahead.
Well, what is more likely, what I'm seeing here, is that they will reveal The Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. So, not as thrilled about that, although Wolfenstein will probably be worth playing. So,
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not the year for that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do it, though. I mean, it has been enough time since Skyrim. It's been enough time since Fallout, but maybe they just need another year to get more shit done before they can be, firm about it.
meanwhile, I'm going to have a hard time getting firm until they do reveal that it's coming out.
It's maybe get some of those pills.
Oh, like the suicide pills?
Actually, you should probably just start with those. That's probably better. Emery, any E3 predictions or thoughts or anything?
really excited about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw any of the stories about that, but a few days ago, Square Enix announced that they were going to be moving it to in-house production rather than having external team work on it. And at first I was like, ah, shit, not another, like, you know, oh, it's going to be delayed or whatever. But they claim that the reason they're doing it is for quality control, including quality control as far as, like, the release schedule of it. So hopefully there'll be some cool shit to show for that game at E3 and maybe even an announcement on when it'll be coming out. I know you guys don't really care that much about it, but it is, like, one of my favorite games of all time. And really excited that a remake's going to be made so that a whole new generation of people can play it.
Oh, believe me, I can relate. We all have, like, legendary games we've never played, and, like, I'm sure it's, when you talk about it, it's kind of like me when I'm like, oh, Shenmue 3's coming, and you're like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It means nothing to me.
It's very similar to that. I'm not quite as hyped
Well,
as
I know,
you
you don't-
are about Shenmue.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, but I am. If I'm sure people will wonder, though, like, I do not think Shenmue 3 will have any presence at E3. Shenmue HD Collection, maybe, but I think Sega is going to limit themselves to just Yakuza 6. I don't think they're going to do anything else.
Maybe they're going to announce that it actually will be the final fantasy, Emery. The end of the fantasy, finally.
Shut up.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. It's a remake of a game that already exists.
Well, yeah, but they keep saying that it's going to be the final fantasy, and it never is.
They've been saying that for like 80 years now. They've been seriously making Final Fantasy games.
do you
for like
do you want to know
years.
why? Do you want to know why it has that name? Do you know what the origin of that title is?
Tell me.
Sorta.
Basically, when the company that was making it, I believe at the time it was Square, their previous titles had all been really unsuccessful, and they were basically on the verge of going out of business. And this game had to succeed for them to survive. It was literally, so it poorly translated into English, it was literally their final fantasy of keeping their company alive was the success of this game, and it did well enough that they are what they are.
And then they merged with Penis to become Square
And
Penis.
Square Penix, yeah.
Cool.
It's kind of like Final Fantasy is kind of like a diet. You know, you're like every single time you're like, this is gonna be the last diet that I ever have to go on, and it never, ever is.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Final Fantasy franchise. I do know that some of the names get really fucked up, like Final Fantasy X-2. Like, what? That's like, I'm gonna have dinner too. You know, like, what does that mean?
Aaron,
Yes?
Adam, do you think he knows about second breakfast? Elevensies, supper, dinner.
Brunch?
I wouldn't count on
Fool
it.
of a toque.
I think Emery's breaking.
It was a goddamn Lord of the Rings reference.
Yeah, that would explain why I didn't get it. All right. Any other thoughts on E3 from either of you?
I can't wait. I hope we get some early access to stuff. I want to make some fucking early access videos and get going with all the good times.
Well, with that in mind, I will actually be at E3 along with Lucas. He's one of our assistant editors. I'm going to run around and see who's willing to let me get access to stuff, if anything, and maybe you guys will see some of the benefits of that on this channel if I'm lucky enough. So here's hoping, guys.
I will have.
But,
I'll make all the commentary videos I can while I'm at Eau Claire's, the music festival here in Wisconsin. I don't think you'll have early access. I'll have any early access to Bon Iver or anything, but I'll do my best.
Emery, what kind of early access are you going to get while you're at EmeryCon that weekend?
I'm gonna get early access to my own balls.
Whoa!
Nice.
Yeah,
You're revealing them finally.
they're on
The
an
big
indefinite
M3
embargo.
reveal.
Is this Emery's Balls 7 is coming out?
Final Balls 7,
You know,
Final
it's kind
Ball
of funny.
Sack
You could,
7.
the remake.
dude, if you manipulate the E3 logo, E would stand for Emery, and then the 3 kind of looks like his balls.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
That's really fucking cool.
That's what E3 is. It's Emery Balls.
Oh my God, Adam's going to Emery Balls.
From now on, we
Right.
have to refer to E3 only as Emery Balls.
Agreed.
Forever.
Until we forget.
Until we
But,
Shake on it.
well, all right. Thank you, Abed, for picking that subject about Emery balls. The next subject is actually, Aaron, you wanted to talk about this. Life is Strange is getting a sequel, which they're probably going to show footage of that at Emery Balls, but I'm not sure.
It's actually, it sounds like, or has been rumored to be a prequel, not just a sequel. But I don't know how they would do that. I kind of hope they don't. I mean, it's not like I'm a huge, fan of the game. Like, I think it's like hella cool and stuff, and like I'm always like pretty amazeballed at it. But
stop being such a step douche. Okay, we all know what you're doing.
I'm sorry.
Here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Maybe sorry, not sorry will be in the new game. That's a phrase that could be in there. So the game is like a combination of just like absolute nightmarish horse shit and sad idiots, and then it's also got these elements to it that are actually really fun.
Yeah, maybe the main character will be a steampunk this time.
Oh my god, dude. That's making me want to whip out the emery balls and cut them off.
Life is a steampunk.
I don't know. So we're going to keep playing that on our channel. And actually what's really weird is the last episode of Life is Strange we did. Not only did it get more views than I expected it to get, but it features the main character in front of an oncoming train. And the publicity I've seen for the next Life is Strange features, I think, the same character in front of a train. So it's like we're on the same fucking wavelength as them or something. It's really weird.
Huh.
But yeah,
cool.
So this will be good for that series. Like if anyone's playing Life is Strange, the sequel, prequel, then maybe they'll watch our series, and then maybe we'll play the sequel, prequel on our channel.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Last subject here. Just GSP projects in general. What's going on? Anything that people might have missed you wanted to talk about, or just anything we're doing, letting people know what's up.
Well, we are determined to put out the next episode of Skyrim for Pimps. It's going to blow everyone's minds. It's going to be the most epic thing we've ever created on our channel, which is why it's so hard.
Which is why your dick is so hard, because you're just thinking about it?
Right, because when I think about that, it makes me firm again, despite the fact that, we don't know if there's going to be a new Elder Scrolls or not. This will bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring my dick back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're looking at trying to get this done before July 12th, when Adam flees the country for whatever illegal thing he's done lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for his yearly... Oh, you know what? He's probably got a fucking Swiss bank account or something that he keeps going to. Or maybe like some crazy offshore account in some island somewhere. That must be what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's probably
you got me.
You have like a vault full of fucking more Dreamcasts, even rarer than.
Oh, dude, that's totally it.
They have to be protected, you assholes. You don't know.
Oh my god,
you don't understand.
Like, what is the rarest Dreamcast? And
the Divers 2000 Dreamcast.
All right, imagine a Dreamcast that's 100 times rarer than that. Like maybe
that's
you said the Divers 2000.
Yeah, do you remember that big blue TV thing?
Yes.
That's the Divers 2000 Dreamcast.
How much is that worth?
Current value is about $7,000.
Now imagine that, but it was on the Titanic. That's the kind of Dreamcast that he has stashed away in.
So it's like a time-traveling Dreamcast?
Yep. Time-traveling Titanic Dreamcast.
And it's made of copper.
Oh, yeah. That's super rare. Copper's really rare.
Totally. Copper Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Yeah, I got a vault full of them over there.
Back to what I was talking about. Yeah, we're going to get that episode done, and then some things are going to happen, and you'll understand what more when they happen. But we're going to focus on that. So if you notice that we don't have quite as many videos coming out in the next month, I don't think you will, because there's all this. We're going to be doing a lot of different stuff in the near future, but if you do, it'll be because of that. Obviously, we're going to keep doing every Thursday. We're going to do Enderal, and every Friday or Saturday we're going to do Yakuza.
7
Days to Die. 7 Days to Die on Sundays as usual. No, that sounds like a turkey.
Yakuza Thanksgiving special.
Okay, we have to do that now.
Yeah.
But that's
that will be a good one. When Thanksgiving comes around, it'll be like we try to do an episode where they all get together to eat or something. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're
great. Spoilers.
We're even more likely to forget about that than we are to forget about emery balls.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Dude. By the time we're gonna still be recording this podcast and not remember any of this shit.
But that's going to be our weekly schedule, along with our Wednesday live broadcast, and then any random videos that we come up with will be put out in between those days. We're going to try to strike up Fallout New Vegas again at some point. And, maybe Life is Strange. Angry Hunter we're going to do on occasion. We're going to keep doing the quality motherfucking entertainment you come to expect from GSP, serving you since 2010?
11.
2011?
12.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying.
like
We don't really
2010.
remember stuff too well over here.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was Beer and Board Games that started in 2010.
It was, and then your brain cells went down, and that's why you can't really
So I
remember.
started doing this.
That's why you can't remember anything that happened after 2010. We figured it out.
I get
It actually
now.
makes sense. That's why you think everything with 2010 was like last week. That's why you think that was the case.
I do. I feel like it was. It's very confusing.
Remember when Obama was only 2 years in? God, what happened to that?
Remember Obama? Remember? Remember when Obama was the president?
Sir, how did a child get onto our podcast? What's happening?
No, I'm
ready
just.
to
I'm a
give
single.
the neighbor kids over again.
I'm a single member Barry.
God, that was like the worst season of South Park.
Yeah, the worst. I haven't finished watching it.
Dude, it's bad. Like, even they admitted it. They decided they're not going to do that whole continuity thing anymore. They're going to go back to an episodic formula.
Okay.
Because they were like, that was like the worst season. Like, that whole season is just one plot line, and it's not very good, and it's not really resolved, and doesn't really work.
I was kind of getting into it. I could definitely see it going in a good direction, but I guess if they didn't really resolve it well, then that kind of sucks. I really like the idea of member berries. Like, that's fucking hilarious. It was a really great analogy. And then the fact that Kyle's dad was the troll, like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that.
How far along are you into it?
I'm only on like the third or fourth episode, so
Okay, you're gonna get really annoyed.
Aw.
Like, it's gonna get worse.
that's too bad.
Let me put it this way: they did not believe Trump would win.
Yeah. Well, same with everyone.
Yeah, but their show kind of hinged on him not winning. Anyway, it gets retarded. Sorry, spoilers.
Oh, and the last thing on this particular topic would be we are indeed working towards making an animated show of some sort based off of our Skyrim for Pimps material. And what we'd like to do at the bare minimum is make a 2-minute long segment that we can use as an example to show either you guys or studios or somebody that can finance a full series. So we're going to work towards that. And then what we'd like to do, ideally, is make an episode with financing, because animation's really expensive and there's no way to do it. It's be like a really polished, funny show along the lines of South Park, although I won't claim to ever be able to be as funny as they are, but we'd like to try. And so we really want to take some of our Skyrim for Pimps material and turn it into an animated show. And we can either do that with the help of you guys. You can see the goals that we've added to our Patreon levels and how that works. We can make an episode. We can potentially make a series if we reach a high enough amount. I know it's like, that's a high amount, but if it happens, we're there. We're going to do it.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're also going to try to work with Machinima or maybe Warner Brothers or some other studios or something to try to get a series off the ground. So I really hope it happens, because I think it would be really neat for us to be able to do something like that, and really fun. And I think it would be very funny as well.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
All right, and with that, thank you to every one of you for backing us on Patreon. You guys make it possible for us to keep doing this, especially with YouTube's adpocalypse shit. So thank you. You guys are the fucking best. We love all of you. And anything else you guys want to say? I kind of want to thank Aaron and Emery for being here. Only kind of. I want to thank all of you for listening, but I don't know if I want to thank them for being here. But I do want to thank
I think you should really thank Emery. You should thank.
Yeah. Thank me. Thank me,
him.
Daddy.
Thank him hard.
Thank me so good, baby.
Oh my God! Yeah, thank it to him.
Me, Daddy.
Fuck! Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. We hope you had a good time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
If you're going to be at Emery Balls, I'll see you there.
Bye bye.
Bye.